Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we really try to cut through the noise for you, helping you get properly informed on the big shifts shaping our world. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something pretty significant coming out of Saudi Arabia, a major policy change. It's got global implications, especially, I think, for professionals, investors, entrepreneurs, too. We're talking about a brand new kind of permanent residency just announced. Seems like a bit of a game changer for quite a few people. Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. And, this isn't just some minor tweak to their immigration rules, not at all. It
Yeah.
feels much more fundamental. A strategic move, really, and it ties directly into Saudi Arabia's big plan, Vision 2030. That's their blueprint, isn't it? For transforming the economy, moving away from oil, opening up socially and culturally. And the core of this announcement, it's a new permanent residency program. And the really remarkable part is it has open-ended validity, plus no sponsor needed and no renewal fees.
Yeah.
That's a huge departure from how things used to work.
Yeah, significant feels like the right word.
Yeah.
Because look, anyone familiar with the region knows that removing the kafil system, the sponsorship system that's massive, the Saudi Passports Directorate, the Jawazat, they've officially launched this. And it's not just the open-ended part or no renewal fees, it's the complete removal of the kafil requirement that really stands out. It's quite groundbreaking.
It really is. For decades, that system meant foreign workers needed a local sponsor, right? And that often limited their options, their independence.
Exactly. So seeing that gone and effective immediately, I mean, our sources say from today, that signals a real strategic turning point. It feels like a statement about where they see the future, focusing on talent on WebS.
Right. And what's fascinating here is how this single policy initiative really fuels so many different parts of Vision 2030. Like you said, it's not just bureaucratic shuffling. It's like a powerful engine for their ambitions, turning the kingdom into a global hub. Think about it getting rid of the kafil system. It doesn't just open doors. It kind of unshackles the talent they need to innovate.
Interesting way to put it.
Yeah, like an entrepreneur, maybe. They're no longer tied to a local sponsor. That could be the difference between a great idea actually taking off and contributing or just getting stuck in red tape. So this move, it's designed to speed up their big transformation plan, build that diversified, sustainable, and crucially, a knowledge-based economy. It's about bringing in specific high-impact people to hit very specific goals.
Okay, so if the goal is specific talent, to drive Vision 2030, who exactly are they looking for? Is it open to everyone or is it quite targeted?
That's a great question. And no, it's definitely not a free-for-all. It's very deliberate. They're clearly looking for people who can, as they put it, contribute to driving growth and enhancing development. It's a pretty carefully chosen list. Shows where they see the need, the potential for impact.
Right. Here's where it gets really interesting, looking at these categories, because it just underlines how strategic this whole thing is. It's not just a general call for skilled people. They seem to be almost handpicking the expertise they need. So first, you've got distinguished experts and specialists, people really excelling in their fields.
Across different sectors.
Then this one's quite interesting. Seniors, specifically people over 60 who've already lived legally in the kingdom for more than 10 years. Feels like a nod to those long-term residents acknowledging their contribution.
It does. And that precision carries through. Like in healthcare, they want specialized doctors, sure, but not just any doctor. The focus is really narrow. Tumor surgery, cardiology, rare surgeries, areas where that top-level expertise can make a real difference quickly.
Elevating their medical system, yeah.
Exactly.
It's almost like they have a shopping list for building the future.
Yeah.
And that definitely extends to tech. They're after advanced technology experts, AI, data science, cybersecurity, all crucial for a modern economy.
Absolutely critical fields.
And then for the people actually building things, engineers and scientists. But again, targeted. Renewable energy, space, smart cities, thinking about projects like INOM, presumably.
Right, the big giga projects.
And it's not just technical expertise. They're also looking for investors and influential project owners. People bringing significant projects that fit with Vision 2030. And entrepreneurs, too, as long as their ventures boost the local economy and, importantly, create jobs for Saudi citizens. It's a very clear, almost surgical approach to getting the right people in.
It absolutely is. This list, it really reveals the strategy, doesn't it? These categories aren't random. They're the people seen as having the potential to Well, ignite economic momentum, accelerate progress,
Right.
directly feeding those national priorities, diversification, innovation, the core of Vision 2030. It's very targeted human capital acquisition, bringing in the specific expertise and investment to fuel those goals. Not just about boosting population numbers. It reminds me a bit of how, say, Singapore or the UAE use their golden visas for specific high-value individuals, but these Saudi categories seem incredibly granular.
Okay, so we know who they're trying to attract. But now, let's flip it. For you, the listener, maybe you're that professional or investor, what's actually in it for you? What are the perks? The sources talk about exceptional privileges for a stable and dignified life. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and this is where the program really starts to stand out, I think, compared to maybe other residency options globally. The benefits are compelling,
Yeah.
really designed to make Saudi Arabia attractive long term. Take the freedom of movement and residency. What that means is you, as a permanent resident, can just come and go, enter, exit, no need for a visa beforehand.
That alone is huge.
It is. It's not just convenient, it's a real sense of independence, easy international travel. Wasn't like that before. And it comes with living in what they call a safe and developed environment. That's a big pull factor for individuals and especially families.
Definitely. And beyond just moving around, there's this massive step up in financial and professional independence. This is where, getting rid of the CAFIL system really hits home. You can work without a sponsor. You have freedom to change jobs, change fields without asking permission.
Crucial.
And this is a big one, the right to own property. Residential, commercial, according to regulations, it says. For many people, being able to actually own their home or business without the old complexities, that signals a real commitment from the kingdom, integrating people properly.
Absolutely. And it's not just the individual. The program promises comprehensive family care, things like free education in government schools, universities, comprehensive health care in government hospitals. The source mentions ensuring a bright future for the family and a promising society. For a top professional with kids, that stability, that access, that can be the deciding factor.
Yeah, quality education, healthcare, they're often deal breakers.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these benefits seem explicitly designed to tackle the usual hurdles, the things that might stop high-caliber people from relocating long-term. Removing sponsorship, job freedom, property ownership, massive incentives. It's a major shift from how things were engineered to make Saudi Arabia genuinely competitive for global talent and investment. It's about creating an environment where top people and their families feel secure, independent, empowered to contribute without those old constraints.
Like that AI specialist example you gave, they want the whole package.
Right, not just a job. They want an ecosystem where their skills matter, their family's safe, they can build a future. This program seems to offer that, a sense of permanence, not just temporary work.
It's an impressive package, no doubt, clearly aimed at that top tier. But obviously with benefits like these, there have got to be some strings attached, some precise criteria, as the source says, to make sure they attract the right high-impact competencies. It can't just be a handshake deal, right? What are the main hoops people need to jump through?
No, definitely not just a handshake. And these conditions are important, really. They act as a quality control. They ensure the program keeps its integrity, its purpose, attracting genuine talent, genuine investment that adds value. So the main things mentioned are pretty standard, actually. You need a valid passport. You need a certificate showing no criminal record, both from Saudi Arabia and internationally. Makes sense.
Standard background check.
Yep. And proof you can support yourself financially. Proof of financial sufficiency. Again, logical given the independence offered. And then finally, you need to meet the specific requirements for your category. That might be experience certificates, investment documents, or for the senior category, proof of that long-term residency.
Right, tailored to the group. That all sounds pretty reasonable, actually.
Yeah.
Finding that balance, welcoming talent, but ensuring security and alignment with the goals, does raise a question, though. How do these criteria compare globally? Are they tougher than, say, other countries trying to attract similar talent? Or fairly standard?
Generally, these look like quite standard, robust requirements, the kind you'd expect anywhere trying to attract high-value long-term residents. Think Canada, Germany, the UAE. The goal is always similar. Ensure applicants are legitimate, can support themselves, and will contribute positively. What makes the Saudi approach stand out isn't really the strictness of these basic checks. It's more about the specificity of those categories they define, the ones we just talked about. That's where their unique strategy really comes through.
Okay, that makes sense. And that balance, those criteria, the amazing benefits, it all serves something bigger. Let's just loop back to that. This whole permanent residency thing. It's not just a policy in isolation. It's a core piece, a key pillar of Vision 2030, crucial for its success.
Exactly right. It's not just about attracting people, it's about enabling a whole ecosystem, innovation, investment. By bringing in these high caliber individuals, the kingdom is essentially importing brain power, entrepreneurial spirit, cutting edge skills, things that can spark new industries, help knowledge transfer, build a more dynamic, resilient economy overall. And this really puts Saudi Arabia firmly in the game that global competition for talent and capital. It shows serious long term thinking.
Not just quick wins.
No, exactly. These feel like foundational shifts, designed to reshape the kingdom's identity, economic, social, for decades ahead. Moving beyond oil towards that diverse, knowledge-based future, this residency program, it's a very concrete tool to speed up that pivot.
Wow. It really is a profound look at a potentially transformative policy. This new permanent residency. Open-ended, no kafil, strong benefits. It really does look like a golden opportunity for ambitious professionals, investors, entrepreneurs, a chance to be part of Saudi Arabia's future as it unfolds. It definitely sounds like something worth exploring if you fit into one of those categories.
Hmm.
So what does this all mean for you, whether you're thinking about this move or just watching global trends?
Well, maybe consider this. These kinds of targeted residency programs popping up around the world, they aren't just about immigration policy, are they? They're fundamentally about a nation's strategic vision, how it sees its own identity, its economic strength, its place in the world, an increasingly connected world. So what might this trend mean for the future landscape of global talent mobility? How will countries keep competing, maybe even more fiercely, to attract the best minds and the most capital? It's a dynamic that's reshaping nations. And the Saudi initiative to